Hey guys, MarkSilvers12 here, and this is hopefully going to be a short video where I talk about what I think is going to be in the new Ocarina of Time remake. And it's taken me so long to make this because of being tired, and also, like, there was a heat wave recently. Also, I probably shouldn't be making this right now because it's like 9 AM. I got work in the afternoon, but, you know, whatever, I guess. I mean, gotta record when I can. I also feel like time's running out. I don't know why, I just have a horrible feeling that they're gonna drop like a second trailer, or like a, you know, second teaser or a trailer like today. Probably not, but like, you know, I don't want to just like leave it so long that, you know, the actual trailer for the game comes out and people are like, oh my god, look at that, oh my god, look at Zelda, oh my god, look at Muto, hee. But like, Ocarina of Time is kind of like a minefield of just content, and there's lots of stuff in the game, sure, but there's lots of stuff that like didn't make it into the game, and there is a lot of like scrapped story content. Like, this game is just so, it's just basically bits and pieces of ideas that are just stapled together, and somehow it ended up becoming a masterpiece. But, I'll get to that. Sorry, just bumped the microphone. I will get to that. Anyway, this is hopefully going to be a short video, talking about... Wait, am I repeating myself? Whatever. So, the first thing that I'm pretty sure will change is the size of the world. Ocarina of Time, as it currently is pretty small and pretty compact. The dungeons, I think, are like a pretty appropriate size, but the worlds themselves, or should I say the environments themselves, such as Kokiri Forest, Hyrule Castle, Kakariko Village, I don't know, like Zora's Domain, they're all very, very tiny. And something that people used to ask in RPGs is, like, you know, where's the toilet? Like, where do people sleep? Like, you know, do people, like, shop? And, you know, do they, like, buy things? I mean, they can't just go into a shop and, I don't know, eat bombs. I mean, like, this is the only shop in Kokiri Forest. And, like, you come in here, and what do they even sell? They sell a shield, okay. I mean, who's buying that? No one's even wearing it. Mido, like, gets on your ass about not wearing one, but he, like, never wears one himself. Like, what? Deku Nuts, I mean, maybe you could eat one. I mean, your jaw would probably, like, fly off, but you could. A stick, I don't know, I mean, there's a leaf on it. I mean, that's probably worth some calories, right? Then you got, like, arrows and Deku seeds. Like, maybe they're tasty. I mean, Miyamoto wanted these to be pachinko balls originally. In fact, the way they impact the ground kind of sounds like metal. I don't know if anyone else has ever noticed that. And then a recovery heart. I mean, I guess you could just, I don't know, jump off a cliff and then eat one of these, and then you feel dandy. So, yeah. The first thing is that I think the worlds are going to be a lot... Sorry, the environments are going to be a lot bigger. I don't know why I keep saying worlds like it's a Mario game. But, yeah, I think the environment's going to be a lot bigger. And a lot more, like, believable. Like, something you'd expect to see in, like, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. And not just because that's the obvious next step for Zelda, but because, like... Well, it feels like the only way to show off, like, the world itself, if that makes sense. But that will give the game a completely different vibe, because, you know, Ocarina of Time is like a puzzle game, like I said. The dungeons, I don't think, will be too different. They'll probably, obviously, be updated to be HD, because, I mean, this is just bare-bones geometry. But it's possible they might do something unique with it. I've already done this. Probably. But yeah. I forgot the actual reason, the other reasons I was going to give for that. But yeah, they're going to probably focus more on like the livable aspect of the world, which the only way you can do that is to make it bigger. Maybe they'll have a Hylian toilet, maybe it'll be shaped like a Deku But who knows? That'd probably be funny, but there's so much like unused story. Like for instance, did you know that Navi was originally let me get away from the music. Navi was originally supposed to have a crush on Link. Also, all the dialogue with Saria and all the masks kind of goes like underappreciated. Also, using the ocarina to call her feels like an underutilized feature. I think you're supposed to call her for help. She does have a bunch of dialogue until you become an adult, and then she just basically says, "Link, I'm always with you." I mean, Joel pointed this out. Varg Skeletor. He pointed this out recently in one of his when he played this game recently, like a few days ago or whatever it was. And it's like, yeah, like Saria doesn't really do much of anything, but I have a feeling they're going to expand upon that. Did I get a song yet? No, this is where I get a song. Okay, how many sticks do I have? Let's get some more. I guess I could just buy some more. Other stuff. So, for instance, in the Water Temple, when you enter, Princess Ruto appears. Says, been, 7 long years. Like, imagine that from her perspective. That is a long time. How has the world shaped her? Her husband Link is just missing, and she's just had to mature into a woman by herself. There must be a lot of heartbreak there. And then she's like, "Now is not the time for a lover's quarrel," or whatever she says, I can't remember. Like, Ganondorf has put a curse in his place or whatever, and you need to change the water levels, like, follow me, and I'll, like, show you, like, what to do. That is, like, the last time you see her until she becomes a sage. I feel like they could do something with that in the remake. Let's see. Zelda. Oh my god, there is so much going for Zelda. As it stands, it doesn't really seem like there's much to it, really, you go straight from Kokiri Forest. I see you. Hang on a second, I'll just skip over this. No. Yeah, okay, cool. So, there's so much. I mean, like I said, it's just the story is just bits and pieces like mashed together. But Zelda is kind of a missed potential. I have analyzed the subtext of what she actually says in the game and realized that there is actually I can't remember what's it. How do I word this? Like, there is something. How do I put this? People think of Zelda in the Legend of Zelda games as kind of like platonic. Like, she just exists. She doesn't have any feelings for Link. Link doesn't really have any feelings for her. Or maybe he just enjoys her company, like in Skyward Sword or whatever. There was a rumor that maybe Zelda has a thing for Link in Ocarina of Time, but I think that's just people projecting back in the 90s or whatever. But there is subtext. If you pay attention to what Sheik says the first 3 times you see her, where she says about memories. I've written this down somewhere. I can't remember where I wrote it down, so I can't find my notes right now, but I'm pretty sure the first time she sees you, she says something about time being cruel. The passage of time is like a river, and the flow of time is different for each person. I feel like that's a direct reference to her and Link. Her saying that Link hasn't had to wait any time at all between being a child and an adult. The flow of time is cruel. Whereas for her, she had to suffer through those years. What happened? She was a child, and now she's like this like secret agent of like darkness, because the Impas are supposed to like torture people or whatever, and it in the Ocarina of Time manga, like it's shown that Sheik works for like Ganondorf, like works under him, and he doesn't suspect her of being Zelda, because her disguise is that good. I think it's she uses magic or whatever. One of the other things she says is about love. Was it affection turns into noble ambition or something like that? And I'm pretty sure like she's talking about herself falling for Link. Like she doesn't think anything of him at first, but then I guess in his absence maybe she falls for him. Now there is a cut piece of content that I think might make it into the remake, where she's supposed to go around Hyrule Market Town with you and go into like the different shops and looking at stuff, which actually ended up becoming a thing in the Minish Cap, where she goes around all the stores and stuff. I'm pretty sure that was directly inspired by that cut content, even though it was Capcom that made the game. It's possible that they were given some notes about Ocarina of Time, especially as it carries over a bunch of like the music and characters, I think, or at least a few characters. I don't know, it's a confusing... The Capcom Zelda games are kind of weird. I almost don't consider them canon, to be honest. But yeah, Zelda's supposed to have like a strong connection to Link, and I think when she sends Link back in time at the end of the game, she realizes that she's fucked up, and she wants to give Link his innocence back, because hers was taken away, and she understands how precious that is. And it's not fair for her to keep him in this messed up timeline that she feels like she created, so she sends him back. At least that's my interpretation of it. That might be completely wrong. But Zelda, Saria, maybe Navi. Maybe Navi might not be necessary for the remake. Maybe Malon, and definitely Ruto are going to have extended stories in the remake. What else was I saying? Because I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I don't want to miss anything. Maybe the combat. There is some unused stuff in the game in Ocarina of Time that was removed. So there were wind arrows, there were spirit arrows, and there were shadow arrows. Might not be necessary, it doesn't really add much to the gameplay, but if they were to be implemented, then that means they would have to add in new dungeons for the content, so it could be easily skipped over. But interestingly enough, like these unused arrows, the unused magic, like some enemies do react to them. Now, I was checking out like a damage table for all the enemies in the game, and it's incomplete. The one I was looking at, I don't know if there's like a more complete version anywhere on the internet, but basically I was looking at which ones react to these, and one of them is a shabom. I was like, what the hell is a shabom? I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's those things in Jabba Joe's belly that looks like bubbles. And I don't mean bubbles as in the skulls are on fire, I mean actual bubbles. I can't actually warp right now, so if I just like leave. But there's like bubbles that look actually like soapy bubbles. They have a unique animation when you shoot them with a wind arrow. And I tried it, and all that happens is they just explode in the exact same way as if you walked into them. Okay, that's cool. Another one is that dark enemies in the game, yeah, there's an attribute, I think it's known as dark. It's either dark or shadow, I don't know, I'm just gonna call it dark. They can't be damaged by dark attacks. How do you attack them with... Well, why does that matter? I mean, it doesn't really, but you can... In fact, I think these guys might be dark. But there's a way to do a glitched jump attack in the game. Let me go to Death Mountain real quick. Because this is... I want to show this off, really. Oh, sorry, I need to go to... Well, not necessarily Death Mountain, but Goron Village, shall I say. Wait, have I already opened this? Okay, I have, yeah. Yippee! Whoa, yeah! This is why I want the Deku Sticks, by the way. Okay. Okay, right. So, most people probably know this is... Well, I say most people. No, most people probably don't know this. That if you do a jump attack with a Deku Stick, while it's on fire, as it disappears, Link is suddenly doing a jump attack with no item in his hand. And so that sets the jump attack value to an invalid value. I think it gets replaced with, like, nothing, which is just 0. It might be something else, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's 0. Now, that doesn't really do anything except the crouch stab, which people think is a glitch. I'm pretty sure it's intentional. Miyamoto was, like, really cheesed about, like, you know, really, like, excited to saying, like, that. There's a slow... sorry, I'm, like, trying to get the words out without, like, speaking too fast. Yeah, it's like, oh, there's a secret shield technique you can only do with a sword and a shield. And I'm pretty sure he was talking about this, which crouch stabbing, for those that don't know, uses the attack value of the last item that was used. So right now, if I do just a regular swipe, that attack is now stored in the crouch stab. So the Kokiri sword, from what it looks like in the data table, does 1 damage. I don't know if it's multiplied by 3 or not, but I'm pretty sure it's just 1 damage. So right now I'm doing 1 damage. If I do a jump attack, that doubles it. So now I'm doing 2 damage. Now if I use a Deku Stick, that's 2 damage. That's now doing a jump attack with 1 is 4 damage. Now I've got 4 damage stored. I don't know why I'm showing this off, to be honest, but, like, it's kind of, like, interesting trivia. Maybe they'll bring it into the remake, who knows. But, like, if I wait till this is about to disappear, now I've got a glitched up value. You know, I just really want to show this off. Okay, right, so... if I, like, attack this with a sword, it'll catch fire. But the thing is, like, I'm not high enough to hit the top of the thing. But if I do... no, I didn't grab it. No, I didn't grab it. Okay, I need to use cheats. Equipment modifier... Have... Deku Shield? Where is that? Yeah, sorry about this. Where is it? Is it this? I feel so bad for cheating. Whatever. Right, I do that. Has that given me everything? No, it hasn't. Okay, right. I think... Oh, I'm too far away. I might be too far forward now. Let's see. Okay. I'm too far forward. Wait. That might be fine. That might be a bad angle. Oh, god damn it. It's about, like, this distance. But what I'm doing is, when I equip the shield and I press R, Link goes into, like, a crouching state. But when I think this is where the developers, like, missed a line of code when they were doing copy and paste. Link is now crouching using the adult Link animation, I believe. And as such, he's now hovering above the ground. Just enough to where I can actually light on these torches. Not like it matters, but... yeah, I will get this. It's just like judging the distance is really annoying. You know, I'm going to try it on one of the ones up here. Not because it's easy or anything, but because these ones actually stay lit longer. So, again, I can't really reach it. Okay, so if I just do this. There we go. The thing is, this this stored value I have right now apparently has like a bunch of values stored to it. I think most are like glitch values, but one of them is ice magic, one of them is fire magic, one of them is dark magic. But yeah, the fire aspect does this to bombs, which is pretty cool. The ice aspect freezes those spiky things that move like back and forth. I think they're called spike traps. Oh, that's too far forward. Oh. Yeah, about there. Which is cool, especially as like you're expected to get ice arrows after. Bit too far back. So yeah, the ice arrows are horribly underutilized in this game. They could be like a full-on thing in the remake, or maybe they won't be. Who knows? I feel like it must be something else. Wait, can I just straight up talk to the guy straight away? Oh yeah, another thing, like the whole like dead bodies under the well and stuff, and like the royal family doing fucked up shit, killing people and torturing stuff. I feel like... Wait, what? Whoops, that's the wrong one. I feel like that might be expanded on, because like as a kid, or as a teen, I was just like, isn't this just like typical medieval stuff? But I don't know. I guess when you think about it, it is like crazy what's down there, and what the Hyrule royal family have gotten up to, or whatever. But I feel like that could definitely be expanded upon. Let me think, what else? Oh yeah, shops. I feel like money is going to be more important, because in Ocarina of Time it's just like, not really. You end up accumulating so much money and it doesn't really do much of anything. Either they're going to make money more scarce, or they're going to make, like in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, or they're going to make it so that... Come on, Link, you can do it. Or they're going to make it so that there's a lot more things to buy, like... But the thing is, like, what would Link even buy? Unless it's just, like, dumb things like, I don't know... different tunics. I don't actually know what you buy in... Oh yeah, it's just food in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, isn't it? I think. It could honestly just be something like, oh, build your own house. Like, customize your tree house. In fact, did you know Link has a rake? And some other, like, gardening tools? Like, what the fuck is he up to? Also, I have a theory. I can't remember if I mentioned this before in a video, but my theory is, it's linked to Navi, like why she leaves at the end of Ocarina of Time. So, hear me out. The Deku Tree has told Navi that she can have her freedom if she helps Link save the world, and that means a lot to her. She's always wanted her freedom. She doesn't want to be subservient to the Deku Tree. I don't know why. Like I said, it's just a theory. Could just be that, she's born different. It's like, I want to explore the world. You can't trap me here, old man. Like all the fairies, like all the other fairies are fine. But yeah, for whatever reason, it means more to her than the friendship she makes of Link. This expands to, like, you know, her, like, meeting Link. Now, my theory is that Link doesn't remember his parents. I think Link has amnesia, and I think that might be as a result of him, you know, ending up in that war, you know, that his parents, like, fled to escape, whatever that war was. And Link must have been, like, knocked unconscious or something, and they brought him to the Deku Tree to seek shelter. I could be, you know, completely wrong, but it would explain why Link thinks he's a Kokiri. I mean, we don't really know what Link thinks, to be honest. I don't think he even talks in this game. He's like typical silent protagonist. Like, speaking of which, in the remake, he's probably going to be silent as well. That's basically his thing. Or maybe he'll like be seen talking off screen, like in Skyward Sword. But Link, he what was I just saying? Yeah. So, you know, this is also part of my theory that Saria's house is right next to Link's because she was checking on him. So if I check this, Saria's house. So Saria was like looking after Link, kind of like a nurse, and then like when he was unconscious, and that's why Maida was jealous because she was giving Link a lot of attention and him none. Of course, I could be wrong again, but like, but also explains why Link's house is just so like impromptu. Maybe because like they had to just quickly make a house out of a tree that wasn't fully like grown, and like all the other houses are, I don't know how I'm tying that together, but like but I do find it interesting that their tree stumps are like massive and Link's is like basically a baby compared to theirs. Look how like small that is compared to these other homes. But yeah, Saria nursed him back to health, and then when Link came to consciousness, you know, she like introduced herself and they started hanging out. And meanwhile, Navi's like spying on Link every now and then, like, oh, that lazy boy, oh, he's so awful. I hope he never gets a fairy. I don't know, like, she's probably like really, like, I think the term is tsundere. I don't know, but like, she likes him, but she doesn't want to admit it. And then, you know, one day, you know, the Great Deku Tree senses danger, and then that's when he tells Navi to, like, guide Link, since she's been keeping an eye on him for some time, so she knows what he's like and knows how to guide him, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense. And then at first she's like, oh, I guess we have to save the world. And King Hyrule's future really depends on such a lazy boy? Link, what do you think? I don't know. Yeah, over the course of the game, you know, she like falls in love with him. But at the end of the game, when Link saves Hyrule, she chooses her freedom over being friends with him, and Link just goes to live out his childhood, but realizes, you know, he's seen too much, and he can't live confined in Kokiri Forest forever, so he leaves. Who knows if that was like the original intention of the ending, but like, because we know that Majora's Mask happens afterwards, and he ends up stuck in Termina. But, yeah, is there any other lore? A lot of things just feel like they've just been placed there for the sake of being placed there. I guess Phantom Ganon might be more to him. Because there is an unused line of dialogue that's likely used before he removes his mask, where he says, in the gap between dreams and reality, soon that all that will remain will be a corpse. He says something along the lines of that, but it's just not used in the final game. Also, will there be blood, I wonder, or will it be like green stuff again? I don't know. And the whole Triforce thing. I know like the Triforce is in Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf, but I wonder if there'll actually be a way to collect it in the remake. I haven't really heard many other people's like opinions on what they think the remake is going to be like, by the way. I've been trying to stay away from it so I can make like this video. And this video has actually gone on for quite a while now, and I haven't really said a lot. But I think the biggest thing is that the world's going to be bigger, it's going to have a completely different vibe to it, it's not going to be fun to explore in the same way Ocarina of Time is, because like I said, Ocarina of Time is going to be like a puzzle game. The remake is going to be more like, I don't know, it's going to have more of that wow factor, like, wow, look at the graphics, wow, look at this random building that's been just put here just so you can look at it. And by building I mean like ruins. Like, if you go to Lake Hylia, for instance, there is... I've got to go all the way there now. There's like bits of broken like ruins from where like there was another civilization or whatever. If I can just like climb up this ladder. Come on, Link. Stuff like this, world building. So this is all like destroyed and stuff. I feel like there might be more stuff like this, more little oddities around Hyrule. There might be like, because I live in a town, I mean growing up, I got to see a lot of scenery that reminds me of this game, or at least this game reminds me of that scenery, I don't know. Lots of like stone walls and vines, plants, big open grassy spaces and stuff. And it just feels like, I don't know, kind of like this game is trying to understand that. And I've seen people, some people over the years trying to make a HD version of Ocarina of Time. I think there was, I think his name was like CryGenX or something. I can't remember. But there's like 2 or 3 guys making an Ocarina of Time remake. And they just put so much realism into some of the locations. One of them put a lot of realism into like the forest temple, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Like that beginning area of the Wolfoss and like the stone wall, the vines and the trees. Like there are just some really like dreamlike places in this game, and there's so much room to just add extra places of, I guess, nature? Well, not really nature, but like where man-made stuff is like being overtaken by nature. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, I don't know, like things getting buried in the ground because they're just parts of an old civilization, slowly getting forgotten about in the world. Like I said, like, yeah, okay, that'd be like that over there. I don't know, but I feel like I'm forgetting about something. I don't know. I guess this video's gone on long enough. Basically, Ocarina of Time is like a very quirky puzzle game, and it's gonna the vibe of it's gonna completely change when they like release this remake. I don't think I'll like it because it's not gonna be the same game I fell in love with. It's gonna be just a different experience in like the same world set in the same time, but with remixed stuff. I don't know. And obviously it's all going to be voice acted as well. It's like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Alright, anyway, ending the video now. Hope somebody got something out of this. And I'll see you guys hopefully soon. Bye.